Hello everyone, this is me Abdul Sabur and you're watching EnglioCity. Well, in this very specific tutorial, I'm going to mention about some common errors that we normally make in English language, right? Well, we speak English as a second language, we speak English as a third or as a fourth language. So, learning a new language can be quite challenging at the beginning, or it can be challenging at the middle as well. Why? Because there are some common errors and common mistakes that normally English language speakers make. Right? So, what are those common errors that we normally make? Well, there are lots of errors that we make, but in this very specific tutorial, I have identified some very common mistakes that the learners of English language make. So, let's kick off with the very first one, which is beside and besides. The first word is beside with no S. The second word is besides with S. So the first one, which is with no S, that is a preposition. For example, whenever we talk about next to, for example, I'm standing next to the whiteboard. So I am standing beside the whiteboard. Or if you talk about the country, Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan is located beside Pakistan, right? Now, the word beside is used as preposition which talks about location or which talks about position or existence. Where we have we normally misuse it with the word besides, where that besides is an adverb, and that refers to whenever we say that without. For example, if you talk about the vegetables, so I like all vegetables besides eggplant. Though eggplants are my favorite vegetable, but when we talk about without, for example, I like all the vegetables without eggplant or without broccoli. So here, instead of without, we can say besides, where normally students say that I like all of my friends beside Ali. So it shouldn't be beside Ali, it should be besides Ali. I like all my friends besides Ali. Right? It means I like all my friends without Ali. So that's a very common mistake that normally students, they misuse the word beside, which is a preposition, and besides, which is an adverb, right? So here I have identified this common error. So I hope you'd be practicing on it and you'd be saying goodbye to this problem. Well, moving ahead towards the next, the next common error that students make, and that is it's and its. Well, in pronunciation, it's quite similar, but when you write it, so the first it's is with a contraction, with an apostrophe, with an apostrophe. So apostrophes normally refer to the contraction or the shortcut of something. The next it's with no contraction, right? So the it's, which is with the contraction, right? So obviously contraction is a shortcut. So we normally have it is, which is a pronoun, and it has, which is a pronoun, right? So it's with contraction stands for it's, it is, and it has. Where the second it's with no contraction, that's a possessive adjective, and that has no contraction in it, right? So we normally misuse it, and we normally miswrite it in some of a piece of writing. Usually I have identified this very common mistake why students misuse this, right? So it's with a contraction, that is a pronoun, and it's with no contraction, that's a possessive adjective, right? For example, I bought a laptop and its functions are really great, right? Where you talk about a marker, so you say it has a lot of significance. The blue marker has a lot of significance. So it's a lot of significance. It means it has a lot of significance. Well, moving ahead towards the next common error that students commit, and that is to plus adjective. Students normally say to plus much plus adjective, which is totally wrong. Students must say that to plus adjective. That's the proper structure, right? For example, if students are talking about the weather, so they say the weather is too much hot. Or if they talk about a person or a student who's very intelligent, they say Ali is too much intelligent. which is wrong. Here we do not use the expression much. Instead, we must use to plus adjective. For example, the weather is too hot, or Ali is too intelligent. Well, moving ahead towards the next problem, which is one of a plus plural, right? Whenever you talk about one of my, so you must use plural. That's a grammatical structure. One of my, and then we have plural, where students misuse that. They do not use plural there, they use singular. For example, they say one of my best teacher, they say one of my favorite friend, where they have to say one of my best teachers, or where they have to say one of my best friends. Well, that's an error that normally I commit as well. Sometimes I commit this mistake. Why? Because we have not acquired English language. We have learned English language. And there is a massive difference between language acquisition and language learning. Language acquisition is when a child is born and they learn that language as their parental language. So obviously they would not have much errors. But once you're learning a language as a second language or third language, I speak English as a fourth language. So most probably we are supposed to commit these errors. But these errors can be eliminated and they can be removed with a lot of practice and with a lot of practices, right? And with a lot of efforts. All fine. So instead of saying one of my favorite player is Babar Azam, right? You must say one of my favorite players is Babar Azam, or one of my best spinners is Rashid Khan from Afghanistan, right? Well, moving ahead towards the next problem, the next common error, and that is then and then. The first then is with A, the second then is with E. So the then with A, that is used for comparison. For example, the black marker is better than the blue marker. So that's used for comparison. And then with E, that's an adverb of sequence. Adverb of sequence. For example, when we are given with a number of actions and we have to put it in an arrangement, or we have to put it in a sequence in a proper shape, so we use then. For example, I woke up this morning and I took shower, and then I put on my clothes, and then I wore perfume, and then I called my friend. So see, we use then again and again in order to put these all number of actions in proper sequence. Well, moving ahead towards the next problem, the next common error that we use in English language, and that is the last one as well in this very specific video, which is there, T-H-E-R-E, there, and then we have there, which is T-H-E-I-R. So the first there is a dummy subject. We normally, whenever we want to show a position, for example, where's the LCD? It's over there. Where is Ali? Ali is over there. So there is used just as a dummy subject or object in order to identify a place or a position, right? Where we have T-H-E-I-R, that there is a possessive adjective. For example, whose class is this? It's their class. Or it's theirs. So that's a possessive adjective, where we normally misuse these two words as well. Well, that's it about the common English errors we commit. Well, there are other errors as well, but these are the very common errors that I have identified and I have personally experienced while students are committing these errors in English language. So I hope this video is helpful, and if you know about any other common errors that speakers of English normally commit, they mention or they commit, you can mention here in the comment box. I hope this video is helpful, and if you have not subscribed the channel, you can subscribe the channel, and if you've liked the video, you can share it with your friends. Thank you so much and have a great time.